Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder, and welcome back to Charade Maniacs. We're here on Ebana's route again. What else is new? Last episode we started to learn a little bit more about Ebana. Honestly, we've been learning about Ebana through this entire thing, but we got to see what his prosthetic cleaning is like. So we entered his room and he had his arm off. We learned that in the real world, when he had come back from the Otherworld stream the first time, he had his left arm, his actual left arm. It just didn't work at all, which is beyond horrifying. So he operated as a normal person, just with a dead left arm that just didn't work. And so when he got called back to the second Otherworld stream, which he did on his own, he reached out to the sponsor, which I think is Futami. He didn't outright say who it was, but I think he reached out to Futami. He had said, hey, I want to be a part of this Otherworld stream, let me in. He somehow got in, and then he realized, hey, this arm is going to be a dead weight because everyone's going to realize that I was part of the previous stream and they're going to suspect me. So I need to get rid of this thing and replace it with something else. So he reached out to the Watcher and the Director and asked for a prosthetic instead. So he traded out his arm for a prosthetic, and he was given the prosthetic, which apparently has a plate on it that comes off and it shows the Watcher symbol, which is what does this mean? Is his arm gonna betray him? It doesn't have a mind of its own. We don't know. We don't really know anything about it. So that's kind of what happens, but yeah, we're still kind of with him right now. He didn't answer our last question. He kind of was just oh, it's clean now, so we're good, goodbye. But we'll see if we can get some more information. Let's go. Since he didn't answer me, can I just assume that I'm right?
好きに受け取ればいいだろう。
But I want to hear you say it, Ebana. I might be able to help you.
はあ?
You can just reenact a drama to regain what was lost in a punishment game, right? That should be the same for previous participants. Yeah, so she had asked, how did you lose your arm? Did you lose your arm in a punishment game? Or not in a punishment game, but in a drama. And he's kind of avoiding that question, so we're trying to figure out, can we get your arm back, kind of thing. Is there a reason why you haven't reenacted it? If there's a reason, I can help.
ルセ、出てけ。
Oh. That's so sudden. I just wanted to say I would help.
しつこい。もう話すことはない。
He chased me all the way to the door. We'd gotten so far in the conversation, but his attitude suddenly changed. There has to be something you can't do on your own. No matter the reason,
うるせえっつってんだろ。
Oh, picture get! The rage he exhibited shook the door behind me. I thought he would hit me, but he never did that. However, he moved his face so close to mine, his anger was palpable.
いい加減にしろ。俺に懐くな。そういうくだらない追求を避けるために、前回参加者だってことを黙っていたんだ。これ以上ごちゃごちゃ言うんじゃねえ。
To avoid?
お前はいつもそうやって誰彼構わず尻尾を振ってついてって。
Okay.
何度バカと言えば自覚する？能天気はあっちの世界に戻ってからにしろ。こっちの世界では通用しないんだよ。
Huh. So he's nervous that she's gonna be hurt, maybe? I'm trying to figure that out. That's...
少し気にかけてやっただけで部屋まで来るとか気抜きすぎだろ。俺が裏切り者だったらどうする？
Huh.
どんな人間でも嘘をつかない人間はいない。表と裏があるんだ。お前みたいなやつは常に騙される側だ。
I feel like he's being protective without outright saying it. He's being angry, but he's actually being protective. I don't know. It's very confusing.
全員信用するなという意味で お前にこいつを見せてやったのに勘違いしすぎなんだよ。いつもいつも。
Yeah, he's just being Cinderella, I feel. But you're doing this to warn me, right? You're warning me so that I don't get tricked by others. You went so far as to expose your own secret to do that. The wrinkle between his brow became even deeper, but I paid no attention to that and continued. Ebana, you get mad easily and you say harsh things. You have a bad attitude, you're mean, but you're also a good person who worries about others. I can't believe that someone like you would decide to trick others. It's not that I never suspected you, Ebana. I just felt like I could trust you after our talks. I can decide for myself who I can trust. If I end up being tricked, then so be it. Maybe everyone is two-faced, but they're still the same person at heart. If I asked you something you didn't want to hear, then I apologize for it. I'm sorry. But if you said that because you're worried about me...
Huh?
I want you to understand that I don't need it. I can think for myself and make my own decisions.
心配なんかしてねえよ。
Yes, you are! I can sense it! You're worried!
おま、ふざけんなよ。なわけねえだろうが。
You're kind, so stop pretending that you aren't. Being kind is nothing to be ashamed of.
いやさ、お前、ほんと、何言って。
Ebana, you are kind. You nursed me to health when I was sick. You always nag, but that's because you want to teach me something. It makes me happy every time. Oh my god, I cannot believe that just happened. He suddenly stopped talking back at me. Huh? Oh, look at his face! Is he feeling shy right now? So, in the end, were you mad because I said I wanted to help you? Or were you just trying to hide the fact that you were feeling shy?
照れてねえし。
Oh, that's kind of cute. Your ear's all red.
知らねえよ。
Oh my god, look at his face! No, I'm so weak to this. I can't do this. He covered his ears when he said that. I felt like I finally understood the kind of person Ebana was. If there's a reason, just say so. If you talk to me instead of getting mad, I wouldn't be so persistent like this.
お前に話す必要ないだろ。
There you go again.
いいじゃん。会話終了。ほら、出てけよ。し。
He decided to end the conversation there. Ebana really is a genius at getting others mad.
おいこら、聞いてんのか。すねて無視してんじゃねえよ。お前は犬か。
Huh? A dog? Do dogs sulk?
すねるに決まってんだろ。無視したり隠れたりして。じゃねえ。聞こえてんなら出てけ。
He chased me out. He pushed me outside. I even went so far to help him do maintenance on his prosthetic arm, but it ended in an argument again. But it felt different this time around. It wasn't him shutting me out one-sidedly. I think it was an actual conversation this time. But he still didn't tell me why he refused to reenact the drama. Should I not ask him if he doesn't want to talk about it? I'm sure that Ebana wants to get his arm back. If he's back just for that, then that's all the more reason. What is Ebana actually worried about, and what is he thinking? That's what I truly want to know. Right, so the last episode, we were trying to figure out what he was back for. Like, why did he come back? It wasn't just like, oh, like, are you back, like, to do this drama for your arm? Like, are you back to do the drama for the arm? Or are you back for another reason? That was her question.
あれ縮まったはずの距離がまた広がってる。
うるせえっす、いおちさん。
It just means we weren't close in the first place.
かわいいね。雨降って地固まるを期待するよ。
何それ。
喧嘩やトラブルを乗り越えて結果いい状態になることを言うんだ。恋愛でもよくある過程だよ。
Oh my god.
俺の前で恋愛とかそういう話すんのやめてもらえますか。まな板が傷つくので。
Good lord, he nearly cut through the cutting board.
叩き殺す勢いで包丁を振り下ろしたのは君でしょ。怖い怖い。リビングへ行こう、ハイジ君。
わかった。
そうだ、瀬名君。後で話したいことがあるから、時間を取ってもらってもいいかな。
Oh, sure, I understand. Can it be after the cleanup for lunch? Yoichi nodded in agreement, and the two of them left the kitchen. I wonder what we'll talk about. Ebana, you'll really destroy the cutting board. And he's back to using it normally. Why doesn't he just respond if he heard me? Ebana and I finished cooking and ate lunch, but it wasn't all without incident. I started washing the dishes after eating, and I saw Gyobu, who's rarely on time for lunch.
片付けもケイちゃんと二人でやるの？
Yeah, I guess. I could do it alone.
そうなんだ。仲良くっていいね。
仲良くねえよ。
Ebana interrupted before I could answer. He didn't have to come out of the kitchen just to say that.
仲いいでしょ。もう付き合ってるのかと思った。
Oh my god, what is with everyone?
お前、そういう話好きすぎだろ。話したければ自分で彼女作れ。
何それ嫌がらせ？この世界でまともな人間の男女比見てから言ってよね。女の子が一人とどちらかわからない人が一人、残りは全員男だよ。彼氏作る方が早いよ。
好きにすりゃいいだろ。止めねえよ。
冗談きついって。僕女の子の方が好きだし、それに女の子っていい匂いがして抱きしめた時に気持ちいい。
We're gonna send Gyobu to jail. We're gonna no, not jail. That's not necessarily jail. It's more like an HR violation. So we're just gonna send him to HR. Oh, or not. Gyobu grinned when he said that, and Ebana rushed towards him and slammed down his fist. The dull impact sounded like it hurt.
痛い方で殴るのやめてくんない？
That arm?
俺の前でそういう話すんなっつっただろうが。
そういう話ってどこからどこまでそういう話なのさ。女の子の話に敏感すぎ。逆に好きなんじゃないのってくらい。
Ooh. Wait, so Gyobu definitely knows about the arm without Ebana even saying anything about it. Gyobu's like really I'm telling you guys, I feel like Gyobu is really sharp. Like he plays this really dumb person, but I feel like he notices things way faster than anybody.
はあ？だからどいつもこいつもなんで俺とこいつをそうやって。
彼女の話はしてないけど、一般の女の子の話だよ。この時点で意識しすぎだよね。
てめえ。
だいたい女の子嫌いって言いながら彼女とは会話できてるの自分でも気づいてるんでしょ。君が不器用なのも知ってるけどさ、せっかく仲良くなった子を困らせちゃダメだよ。君の過去に彼女は関係ないんだから。
I had so much to say, but upon hearing the conversation, there were so many things Gyobu said that I questioned. Ebana's past? Did this mean that Gyobu knew about Ebana's past? And his complaint after being punched too. Does Gyobu already know that Ebana had a prosthetic arm? Speaking of which, Gyobu had made other suspicious statements as well.
異世界配信の過去のキャストの中に元の世界へ帰還した人がいるみたいだよって話。
Oh, so maybe Gyobu already knew Ebana from the past. Like, it's possible because Gyobu, I think, is a year older than at least Banjo and Senna, right? I think. And so if that's the case, then that means that he's in Ebana's class. So when Ebana went missing, Gyobu must have noticed. Or Gyobu's also from the past stream? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like Gyobu must have noticed, though, that Ebana was missing. And then when he came back, he must have noticed something was off with Ebana. I don't know. There's gotta be something like that.
は？帰還したキャストがいる？
Gyobu was the first to tell us that there was a cast member from the past who'd returned. Ebana simply kept quiet then. The two of them always fight, but they seem to know each other well. Is Gyobu also a previous participant? I considered that, but Ebana, who had been quiet, spoke up and interrupted my thoughts.
お前に言われなくてもちゃんと考えてる。このチャンスを生かせないなら過去に取りつかれたまま死ねって思ってる。
Oh my god.
自分でも。
It's a little intense. Gyobu whistled playfully as Ebana returned to the kitchen. The past.
すごいよね、今の言い回し。ああいうのどこで覚えてきたのかな。
Gyobu, you too. You do your best to make him angry on purpose. Where did you learn to do that? I want to know what the relation between Ebana and Gyobu is, but asking that would reveal that I know about Ebana's secret too. I can't do that. I'm not sure if Gyobu is a participant from the previous stream just yet. I kept thinking about it, but I ended up not being able to ask Ebana or Gyobu anything. After I finished cleaning up for lunch, I had scheduled to meet with Iochi at the library. When Iochi mentioned about talking outside of the lodging, I assumed it would be about something secret from the other members.
エバナ君に前回参加者かどうか聞いてみたかい？
Yeah, Iochi's another scary one, because, again, Iochi's so smart. They are, like, so good at collecting information. It terrifies me. I don't know what it is. Like, Iochi's route, like, them in their own route was scary at the end, but less scary in a way than them outside of their route for some reason, because them outside of their route, it seems like almost antagonistic. Like when we were dealing with them in Futami's route, I was terrified. I was literally scared because I feel like Iochi is willing to do anything and everything to get like the Otherworld stream shut down, and that type of passion can lead to like extremes, you know? So I'm scared. Iochi was so direct that I became slightly dumbfounded in response. I did. He didn't seem like he wanted to talk about it, but he did admit to it. Iochi saw Ebana's replica arm at that particular antique shop and also knew about the name list. Iochi didn't show it in front of everyone, but it seems like they were also worried.
やっぱりそうだったんだね。僕が聞くよりも君が聞いた方がいいと思って黙ってたんだ。それでなぜ前回参加者であることを隠していたのかっていう理由は教えてもらえた？
No, he didn't. He hasn't talked about any specifics. In the end, when we started talking about that, Ebana started to get in a bad mood and we ended up arguing again. I don't like how Senna worded that either, because I feel like in the end, Iochi's gonna start thinking, oh, Ebana's hiding it because he's involved in the Otherworld stream. When what Senna should have said is, he didn't get involved with this, like, he didn't outright say it, but I think it's because of his arm or something like that. Like, she seems pretty, like, solid in her idea that Ebana's not related to it, but I don't know, I guess Ebana could be. Do we really think that Ebana's the producer, though? Like, is there any chance that Ebana's the producer, I guess is the question. He did just say something like, oh, like, if I can't change the past, then I'll die. So that was pretty intense. That's something like maybe the producer would say, right? Or like a sponsor maybe, but he told us that he worked with the sponsor to get in, which makes it sound like he's not related to it, right? I don't know. He said that he didn't want others to question why he was hiding his past as a previous participant. See, this is also something that I would say out loud so that Iochi would know.
そうなの？昨日の夜エバナ君の部屋に君が入っていくのを見たし、ずいぶん仲良くなったんだなと思ったけど。
I would die. Oh, you were watching? Iochi smiled while waiting for my words. The usual beautiful smile pressured me into saying something until I gave the right answer. Last night, Ebana was doing maintenance on his prosthetic arm. It looked hard to do, so I helped him. And while we did the maintenance, I saw the prosthetic had the same mark on it that the Watcher also had. It's the mark that often pops up for the Otherworld stream. I used the memo in my bangle to draw a simplified illustration of it for Yoshi to see. When I asked him about the mark, he said that the prosthetic was given to him by the director during the preview period.
プレ期間か。願い事として頼み込んだってこと。
That's right. He said that his previous participation would be obvious if he couldn't move his hand, so he wanted to hide it with the prosthetic.
動かない腕をその場で即座に義手に。手術も何も必要ないとは相変わらずぶっ飛んでるね。
That's true.
それに他にもいろいろ気になるな。まさかエバナ君が異世界配信側の人間だったりはしない？
Huh? What makes you say that?
疑ったこともないか。少し状況を整理しよう。
Oh boy. Yoshi said, "You got two important clues this time around," while holding up two fingers. The custody list and the antique shop.
名簿にはこれまでの参加者名が書かれていて、最後のページには前回参加者の名前もあった。そして2人が罰ゲームでそれぞれ腕と目を失っていたことが書かれていた。そして保管場所という表記もあった。ポールス・ソムニというその店はアンティークショップで商品に紛れてエバナ君の腕のレプリカが置いてあった。過去にキャストから罰ゲームで奪ったものをそこに陳列しているのだという。ただし太宰君の目のレプリカはなかった。保管場所はあの店だけだが、特別な形で保管されているものもあるのだという。ただ詳細はわからない。確かなのはあそこにエバナ君の腕のレプリカがあったということだけだ。そして先日君は僕と一緒に名簿の内容を再度確認しようとしたが、2日見ない間に最後のページが見られなくなっていた。そのため最後のページに何が書かれていたかは君の記憶に頼るしかない。ここまでが事実。
Yes, I think you're right.
ただエバナ君と太宰君が前回参加者か否か、また2人が前回参加者であることを隠すために名簿データをいじったか否か。彼らが罰ゲームを受けて戻ってきたのならそれは大した問題じゃない。それより重要なのは他にも前回参加者がいるかどうかだ。君はエバナ君とギョーブ君の関係性を気にしたことはない？
That was something I wondered about yesterday.
エバナ君は誰にでもあの調子だが、ギョーブ君はやけにエバナ君に絡むよね。まるで以前から仲が良かったかのように。
I was thinking the same thing.
しかもギョーブ君は異世界の事情に詳しい。監視者は何でも教えてくれるとか、これまでのキャストに生還者がいるとか。
Oh god, yeah, I didn't, yeah.
話を聞く限り僕はギョーブ君こそが前回参加者である可能性が高いと考えていたんだ。これまでは。
Until now?
名簿が見つかったからね。前回参加者のエバナ君と仲がいいのも前回参加者同士であると考えれば自然だ。でもそれならどうしてギョーブ君はもう一度異世界配信に参加することにしたんだろう。罰ゲームも受けていないのに。名簿に名前がなかったということは罰ゲームを受けていないということだ。なのにわざわざ戻ってくるなんて妙だよね。
That means... Gyobu, if Gyobu's a previous participant, would he actually help Ebana, or does he just like the world? I feel like he likes the world, right? I feel like Gyobu's... This is gonna be like psychoanalyzing Gyobu time, right? I feel like Gyobu is the type where it's like you like put on this like happy-go-lucky smiling face all the time and stuff like that, but you're actually like really depressed. It sounds so horrible to say, but it's like you look at him and like he has these moments of like introspection, and he makes these comments that are like slightly off-putting sometimes. Oh, what did he say? There was one moment that he said something that I was like, oh, that's kind of dark. Oh, and then he was the one who pushed Haiji out of the window without any type of like hesitation or anything. And I'm wondering, like, maybe he likes that type of thing where it's like, oh, I like not having any type of consequence and I can just like laze around. Oh, that's what I'm going with. Okay, let's do it. Maybe he likes this world and came back to it on purpose. He always talks about how convenient things are here.
彼は早く帰還したいとは思っていないみたいだね。だから僕も彼を注意して見ていたところもある。
Oh gosh.
そうなると一つの可能性が大きくなる。
What's that?
行部君がスポンサーである可能性だよ。この世界を気に入っていて、わざわざもう一度キャストとして戻ってきた。異世界配信側に近い考えを持っていると思ってもおかしくはないんだね。それともう一つ話は戻るけど。
Oh, wait, Gyobu could be a sponsor because there's multiple sponsors, right? Like, I was thinking like, oh, the sponsor that he spoke to was Futami, but if Gyobu's also a sponsor, then oh god, then Ebana would have talked to Gyobu, right? And then I don't know. Oh gosh.
行部君と仲のいいエバナ君の義手に異世界配信のマークが入っていたことが気になる。どうしてエバナ君の義手だけに印が？他の提供物にはそんな印は見たことがないよ。特別な理由がありそうだとは思わない。
It means something. For gathering suspicion or got it during the preview period. It's definitely to make him suspicious. So it's like if somebody finds out that he has a prosthetic, they'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then they bump into him and that plate falls off and then you see that it's from the Otherworld stream. They'll be like, oh, you're a fuck, you know, like you lied to us, blah, 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 right? Like, it's not gonna be like, the first thing that people are thinking of is not gonna be like, oh, you clearly got it from the preview period. Like, nobody's gonna fucking say that. Yeah. What if he obtained that during the preview period to attract suspicion from others? Wait, oh, so he did that on purpose?
Hey.
Ebana didn't seem to know about that mark. He also said something about how the director was messing with him. What if Ebana ended up showing this prosthetic to others without knowing about that mark? Someone would have noticed it like me then. Oh, okay, yeah. And then just like how you are right now, everyone would start to suspect Ebana. Ebana also mentioned that the prosthetic isn't the kind that looks real. He was given an older type of prosthetic. He thinks that it's not odd for them to try and harass him like this, and I agree.
なるほど。エバナ君がそう言っていたんだね。
Yes.
彼を信じるということか。君の考えは分かった。はっきり言ってしまうと、僕は前回参加者を疑う気はない。けれど、行部君と彼と仲のいいエバナ君を疑わしいと思っている。少なくとも二人は手を組んでいるはずだ。
Ebana and Gyobu.
一挙一動を見ていれば分かるはずだ。そして名簿をいじったのも彼らじゃないかと思っている。
Okay, so now we're just running with the idea that Gyobu is part of the previous stream as well. But Ebana didn't seem like he knew about the list.
そうだね。エバナ君である可能性は低い。名簿に気づいていれば店のレプリカの方だって何とかするはずだから。でも行部君はどう？罰ゲームを受けていない彼が前回参加者だと分かったら、なぜ戻ってきたかが重大な疑問になる。 つまり彼が前回参加者であればあの名簿を消す理由があるし、そんな彼と通じているのならエバナ君もまた怪しいということになる。
Then what about the other previous participant, Dazai?
そう、彼ももちろん疑わしいよ。一番謎なのはダザイ君と二人が面識があるように見えない点だ。
Yeah, how does Dazai not know the other two people?
同じ前回参加者ならある程度会話に慣れが生じるはずだ。エバナ君とギョーブ君のようにね。それがないということはどちらかが偽の参加者、あるいは異世界配信側の人間であるとも推測できる。それもあってエバナ君とギョーブ君に僕は疑いを向けているんだ。裏切り者は2人いるはずだから。ダザイ君については考えられる材料が少なすぎて当たりもつけられない。こちらは確認が必要だ。
I think Dazai's just better at being more careful about like what trail he leaves behind too.
といろいろ話したけれど、僕の推論すべてが誤りだったという可能性もあるから参考までに。
And I guess we're gonna stop here. Oh my god, there's so much information. So, I guess Gyobu is part of the previous Otherworld stream? I don't know. I'm hesitant to write that in my notes because it's not like necessarily confirmed yet. But oh, I'm so curious about Gyobu. Oh my god. Oh god. What's happening? I want to know about Dazai too. Dazai's like been like such like a mystery in honestly, both of those people are mysteries. Dazai and Gyobu are complete mysteries. Haiji is also a mystery to me, but Haiji is also like a child. Haiji scares me the most out of all of them. I think it's because he's a child that it scares me. It's like, insert like the Victorian children's laughter here. Like that's what I imagine whenever I look at Haiji. I'm scared. But like, Gyobu's like, I don't know. There's something about him that like makes me sad. And then for Dazai, he's just like a big question mark. Like everything, like he's missing an eye apparently. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. Yeah. So I guess next episode maybe we'll find out more about Ebana and Gyobu's relationship. Perhaps they had to go to school together, right? Like they're in the same grade, maybe? I don't know. Whatever. Next time we'll find out.